What's going on, YouTube? OCD for EDC here. And what I got for your face balls today, we're going to be talking about some newly modded knives that are on the website, as well as a knife sharpener, and, just some general BS and whatnot. I'm joined by my lovely wife, Molly. Say hello.
Hello.
So, we have put up some new knives on the website. So we have a few of these, and I picked them up because, I wanted to do some work on them, and I thought I could make them a little cooler than what they are right now. And so I'll show you what we've got going on here. We've got a Voyager XL, and look at that.
I almost died.
You almost died. Sweet, sweet beast right there. And a little oil on the blade.
Seeing that big old blade come at me was a little daunting.
Got my Maker's Mark logo laser etched on there. And really cool knife. AUS 10. Awesome blade steel. And action is awesome. It's perfectly centered. Yeah, just a super cool knife. And yeah, just a really, really cool, sweet, sweet piece right there.
Here, let me hold it to show the people how big it is.
How big it is in your hands. Comes with the extra clip because the clips are curved.
Girl, you need some lotion.
You getting all ashy?
Getting ashy.
So,
Naked nails, don't look.
you can pick one of these sweet, sweet pieces up on the website, ocdforedc.com. And then we're also going to assemble a knife. Never mind some of these pieces that are in this box.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. But we've got another acid etched and stone washed blade here with the logo. This again, AUS 10 acid washed liners. And some more pieces and parts. And, I thought it might be kind of interesting. We can watch my wife try and put this together.
Really?
Why not?
Okay. This monkey will dance.
This monkey will dance. So I'll put all the pieces and parts. I'll actually do that piece for you because it's kind of a pain in the butt. But here's all the componentry.
That's not a word.
And here's your items.
Can I refer to?
Nope. Well, I mean, we can set. So what she's talking about is something that you guys can't see, which is this right here. I've got a couple of these, the 8015. And we got the sweet acid washed blade again with my logo on it. Thanks, Walter, for walking under my feet.
You're welcome,
Come on, get
Dad.
out of here. And yeah, pretty awesome knife. Really cool. Acid washed clip, blade, and liners with the laser etched logo. I really dig it. It turned out really cool.
So I can look at this? Just look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you do need to put the hardware in the correct orientation. I'm going to put this in for you just because it's kind of a pain in the butt, but go ahead and proceed. All your hardware is right here. Now this is just a simple two screw construction, so it doesn't really get any easier than this.
Okay. Liners. Yep.
Are you getting it fingered out?
Yeah. I'll get her fingered out.
Okay.
So how y'all doing?
So that's going to be really difficult to try to start that way. think about like building it like a sandwich and
Okay.
start with the bottom layer. So
Then give me that blade.
no, you don't need the blade now. You need to start building it from the bottom up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you going to put this on after that?
I don't fucking know. Don't ask me questions.
Don't ask.
Don't patronize me.
Oh boy, here we go.
Get it fingered out.
So there's your installated thumb stud.
Yeah, Husker fuck. Oh. Sorry.
Husker do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the problem there?
Well, I don't like the way these things are sitting.
Okay, well, haven't you heard me bitch about free spinning hardware?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe pull one out and look at it.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
So what do you see?
That it's like offset or whatever.
Like D-shaped? They're both the same. They're identical.
Are they?
Yeah.
D shape. Oh, I see.
You see now?
Yeah.
Do I need to draw a picture or?
No.
Okay, I'm just asking.
What I need you to do is shut the hell up and just let me assess.
Yeah, assess away.
Great. Talk to the people.
I am talking to the folks. But everyone's watching. You need to get your hands out here so everybody can see what's happening.
I had to get my eyeballs up on it.
All right. Trying to move the camera just a little bit. Yeah, stay out in this area. In this area.
In this area.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to talk about this while you're doing that.
Okay.
Is that in all the way? That piece of hardware? No.
No. If I break a nail, so help me.
All right. So while she's
Got it.
dicking around with that, we're going to discuss this right here. So this is the WorkSharp Precision guided system. And yeah, I had really, really high expectations for this. And it's just got some fatal flaws. The first one being that so you've got this clamp scenario here, very similar to the KME. And I'm just going to pull this out to make it a little easier. So there's two magnets here that hold it into the base. My assumption is that WorkSharp will probably come out with new parts that fit into the base here, like maybe a scissor attachment or something like that. So I think that that's something that we'll probably see in the future. But so the clamp situation works very, very similar to a KME. And the fact that you have one single bolt that runs down the middle, and as you tighten up this thumb wheel here, it clamps down on your knife blade. The problem are these side pieces. And you can see there's a little V cut in here. And when you put a blade in here, that V helps you get your blade lined up so you're square, because the goal here is to have your blade be straight in line with this clamping situation. Well, the other thing that you want is you want your edge to be fairly straight. You don't want to have it in like this, because as you're sharpening over here, that's going to be a vastly different angle than this over here. It's all about the distance that you are away from the pivot point. And so you want to kind of split the difference. So when you have this arced blade shape, you want to kind of split the difference and have the tip of the knife and the heel of the cutting edge perpendicular to your sharpening rod.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes. Go ahead.
Like this or like this?
The nylon or Teflon goes towards the blade.
Teflon goes towards the blade.
Yeah.
Got it.
Again, build from the bottom up.
Yeah,
So put it on there.
Yeah, I just,
No, you're not listening. I'm trying to help you.
I got it.
Don't-
I'm good.
Okay.
Just mind your biz.
And you're gonna need a little lube.
In those
You
parts.
can spit on it.
Ew. I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna want, and that's the stuff you're gonna have. It's thick.
Okay.
It's gonna take a little bit of doing to. I mean, you don't
like
have to
all
squeeze
around?
hard. Just a little couple drops, and you want to put some on your pivot barrel as well. So on the barrel and on the washer. So back to the sharpener. So in order to get your blade in there and get it oriented correctly, with those side plates on there, you can't get it deep enough in the jaw to get it oriented the way you would want to. So we are going to do some modifying to this to correct this issue. So that's one major problem with this sharpener setup is these side pieces here. I like the idea of the V to help you get it centered. That part is nice. However, they didn't give you anywhere near enough space. This is a pair of 3, not the thinnest blade ever, but certainly not the thickest. And it has problems. I mean, you can only get it clamped in there just by a tiny bit. You really have to have it off-centered like this with most of the blade sticking out one side just to get a good bite on the blade. So that's just one of the issues. The other issue, so now what do you got? Whoa. You're missing one part.
I am?
Yes?
What part? This part?
You need to be in frame here. So there's spring pressure against that back rod. Yeah. You can't see the spring.
Where the hell do I put
It goes right here.
Oh,
Between
here?
Yep. And now that'll shoot out at you if you're not.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
I mean, maybe. No, my nail got in the way. Hold on.
Do you want a tool?
Maybe not.
Get it out here so the people can see.
Maybe a tool.
Maybe a tool. I use a pick, like one of those.
Alright, then.
You want me to get it in there for you?
Hell no.
Oh, that's going to be kind of ugly. There you go.
Watch your eyeballs.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right. It came to me. So why don't you just let me stick it in there before we lose it?
Well, I don't understand. You don't have faith in me?
It's not about faith. I don't want to be looking for this little tiny black spring all night long. Let me turn this around. Oh, my Lord.
I think I could get it with my finger. I just need to reposition.
It's not that the spring pressure is too bad. It's there's just not a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
Little bastard.
You little...
When I did this the On the other one, it went right in immediately.
Oh, so close.
Yeah.
There she goes.
There it is.
Okay. Nobody breathe.
All right.
Not that it was that bad, but.
All right, leave it there so the people can see.
Okay, then we do.
All right, so my next complaint about the precision guided sharpener is this rod here. There's some stuff going on here that just really gets frustrating. So you can adjust between 320 grit diamond, 600 grit, and then you have this ceramic stone. And there's detents to keep this tri-stone locked in the correct position. So in all three spots, there's a detent that locks it in place. And when it's locked in place, you can see that the rod slides very, very nicely. Just almost frictionless and very, very nice. Well, as you're sharpening and you're going back and forth on your blade, you start, it's just, and this is me, but I imagine most people are going to struggle with this. You start putting pressure one way or the other, and it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit, and you can see here, so even though this is locked into that detent, there's a little bit of slop here, back and forth, and you're going to need a T8, that's a T10. Yeah, I'm sorry, just T10. Yeah, no, this
just
one.
Just T8?
That, T10. So you've got this slop right here in the detent, and so as you're sharpening along here, you end up putting a little bit of side pressure one way or the other, and you get it just off, and then it starts to bind up on this rod, and it takes a lot more force, and it starts, see, right here.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but that's not frictionless. That's actually a lot of friction, and it starts binding up, and then you have to kind of wiggle this around and then get it back in, and then it's frictionless again. And then you sharpen for a little bit, and it starts getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and it gets stuck like this. It's not even there, so right there, and then there. You can see just the weight of it doesn't fall down, but when it's in the right spot, like this, and then you start, I guess that's the best way to show it, you start sharpening, and then it gets bound up on the rod. So let me show you what's going on here. So if you pull this out, you can pull the stone out, and you've got a hole that runs all the way through for your guide rod, and then this has holes as well, and so it just gets bound up. The stone, the tri-stone, and the holder just get bound up. It's just a really poor design, and just doesn't work well. So, although I'm not going to fix this particular issue on this video right here, I do have an idea on how to fix this and use a much better stone carrier. And so you'll see that in an upcoming video. However, we are going to address the clamping issue here in just a moment. So how'd that go for you?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Got the pivot a little tight, loosened her back up.
No blade play. Nice. Whoa, look at you go.
I'm no slouch, boy.
No slouch.
Don't even act like I haven't touched a tool in my life.
I wasn't at all acting like that. We're gonna put
all the people probably were thinking, she ain't got she ain't no shit.
Put a little slickum where the where the bar rides back here.
Makes sense.
There you go.
That one cost an extra $50 because I did it.
Because she put it together. Now, you're not done yet. You got that T6?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Make sure you got the good T6, because one of them I screwed the end of it up.
Looks okay.
It's just woe out.
Oh.
I wore it out. Do you have the pocket clip?
T8. These are both T8.
Oh, did I not bring a T6?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, hold on. I'm sorry. I was looking at... No, T8. T8, yeah.
Okay, hold on. There's your clip,
Oh, yes, that part.
the clippy-doo-dah.
Clippity doo
So you can
dah, clippity yay.
you can set it up either right or left carry.
I'll just do this because that means nothing to me.
There is a good T6.
Thank you.
So on that, yep, that's fine. You're setting it up for right hand.
Thank you for the tool, builder.
You're welcome.
I know it's not daddy in a weird way. Right then.
You're gonna, yeah,
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to,
get one started.
yeah.
Look at you go.
How tight should I do these? They had a little bit of Loctite on them.
Yeah. They don't have to be crazy. I'll tighten them. I got a calibrated wrist.
I'll do my calibration, then you let me know.
All right. That was your calibration? All right, let's see where we're at here. Oh, it's not far off.
Just another quarter turn or so.
Yeah, maybe not even quite a quarter.
These hands, they may be pretty
Yeah,
most
quit shaking.
days,
Quit shaking the table.
but they do shit.
All right.
What's that? Oh, the clamp.
So here you go, guys. Here is an 8015 with the laser etched markings, acid washed blade, clip, liners. The 8015. Oh, this is the 8015 light.
That's right.
With the AUS 10. Awesome, awesome knife. I love the 8015. It's one of my favorites from Cold Steel. And I wanted to do some mod work on a couple of them. So you guys can go and check these knives out on OCD4EDC.com.
Yeah.
There you go. Really cool. Hopefully you guys dig them. And these are not sharpened. They will be sharpened when they ship out. I just need to put an edge on them. But I got to fix my damn sharpener. Not really.
My daggum sharpener.
That's right.
Because she just ain't doing the job.
Just ain't doing the job. So I'm going to go and mod this up real quick. And then we'll come back in and I'll show you what I did to fix this issue. And we're going to talk about it. So I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we're back in. And here's the new and improved blade clamp. We did away with the little centering V's that were on each side. Hacked them right off. Dremel tool, cut off wheel. Bang, bang. And now we should have room to get a blade up in here. Let's see. So now we can, oh, and I forgot the other parts here. Let me get those out of the way.
Whoops.
Yeah, I forgot to grab these other pieces parts. So that's what the jaws look like opened up. So you can see there on, it's just extruded aluminum. Is that a fly?
Yeah. Excuse
It's
you?
way too early in the year to have a fly. But you can see how those come together. So pulling down on those pushes these two clamps together. And they're kind of self-centering in that way because it's going to pull down on those arms together. But you've got this little carriage bolt of sorts that's got the head cut off so it fits down in this little piece of cast aluminum here. By the way, this is cast aluminum as well. And that whole affair drops down in there like so. And then you've got your nut, the thumb wheel, and a Teflon washer that goes in here. So let me get that installed.
Get it?
Yep. So as you tighten up on that thumb wheel, it pulls that little square block down and then pulls your clamp together. Just like so. Like that. So like I said, it's kind of a self-centering setup. But the little V that was in there, it's a good in theory, but doesn't really work that well in the real world. You can't get your knives put in like you would want to. So in the case of this 8015 here, what we want to do is clamp this blade something like this, because we want this point and this point to kind of be a straight line and be perpendicular to our rod. So when it's in like this, you want, where's my sharpening rod? You want the angle when you're here and here to be the same. Now, you're going to sacrifice a little bit out in this belly because, you know, if you draw a straight line across there, you know, you've got, you know, 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch difference. And when you're out that far, it's definitely going to change your angle. So your secondary bevel is not going to be perfectly symmetrical going around this edge. The only way to really truly do that on a fixed angle system like this is to move this knife in the jaws, which most people are not going to do that. They're going to set it up once. And so the happy compromise that you make there is you want to set those 2 points up the same distance from your pivot point or from the base, and then you're going to have a little bit of difference in this belly area. But so right now it's just loose. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of eyeball this, and then I'm just going to tighten this clamp up by hand, and we'll see how straight it is. So what you're wanting to do is to make sure your blade and this assembly here is straight in line. So you don't want the blade to be twisted like this. And so that way when you flip it over, you have the same angle from both directions. It's looking pretty good. Like I said, it's kind of a self-centering setup just by nature of how it's constructed. Very similar to the KME jaws. And so as long as you pay a little bit of attention while you're tightening this up, then it will stay fairly centered. So there we go. And I don't know which direction this is. Okay. So we can pop this guy in.
There's a dog that's crying.
Like so. And then we can rotate the knife back and forth. Now, with the sharpener, there is a little bit of flex in this whole assembly here. If I push up and down, I don't know how well you guys can see that on camera, but in this plastic assembly here, I can flex that back and forth some. It does take a fair amount of force. I mean, I'm not pushing really crazy hard, but so you definitely don't want to put a lot of pressure down on this. There's no fear of breaking it. Like I have no doubts that this plastic, I don't know if it's HDPE or what it is exactly, but you know, it's extremely tough. So like I'm not worried about breaking it. However, because of that flex, you know, you could have variations in your edge. Which isn't great, you know, it's not wonderful. Now, with all this being said, this thing's $50. So when you compare that to all the other fixed angle systems on the market, you know, there's a lot of value here. However,
A little give and take.
yeah, there's some pretty fundamental flaws, like this clamp affair with those extensions coming out both sides. That's really not wonderful. And then this deal here getting bound up, that really sucks. And it's just frustrating to deal with. And let's see here. I'm just going to kind of eyeball this real quick just to see where we're at.
How's she looking, old dad?
It's pretty close. Oh, yeah.
You literally go back and forth like that?
Come again?
You go back and forth like that with the stone?
Both ways?
Yeah.
You mean, yeah.
Huh.
So it's pretty good here, and I'm sure this is shaking the camera, so I'm not going to go too much.
It's actually not really shaking too much.
It's not?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good. So you can see there that, you know, getting this clamp set up and in an orientation that you can actually use it is definitely beneficial. Like I said, I do have a fix that I will show you guys very soon on the actual guided rod. This whole assembly up here and the way you change your angle, it's not terrible. The only thing that's kind of a bummer about it, there's no way to lock it down, so you can adjust that screw at any time. Now, I don't think it's something that's going to really be too big of a problem, but it definitely, you know, it'd be nicer if there was some type of a lock there that you could lock this rod down from spinning. But, you know, again, it's only $50. Now, I'm not really sure why they made this base come off, because I don't really believe that you're going to walk around with this thing. So to me, it's just kind of strange. And, you know, maybe they're going to have other parts and pieces and attachments for this, which wouldn't surprise me moving forward. One of the things that I feel like was a really big miss was there's no way to store your sharpening rod. So, you know, even if there was literally just a hole here that you could stick the rod in so it would stand vertical, because you know, this doesn't come with any sort of like a box or anything to put it in. I mean, there's the packaging that it, you know, came in retail packaging, but so when it's assembled, you know, you've got this rod sticking out there. To me, it would just be really nice if there was some way that you could, you know, stand it up vertical, or, you know, even if it was at an angle or something, I don't know. But it just seems kind of odd that they didn't do something for storage. But that's just me. So anyway, you know, my opinions here, for $50, I think it's probably worth the $50. This is definitely a must do mod, if you will, cutting that off, because when these little V-shaped pieces are on there, you're just really limited. I mean, you're limited to a very small knife, or a knife that has very, very thin blade stock. And even then, it's still not wonderful. So this is definitely something that you're going to have to do, is cut those ears off to where you can actually use this thing. I may even cut them off even more. This was just real quick, just to show, you know, how much better it is. On the KME system, there are no sides to it. You could put the knife all the way seated in the jaws as deep as is possible, or bottom it out, if you will, and like a real man.
Dang.
just bottom it out, and yeah. So that's my kind of 2 cents on this. I've used it a handful of times. I do like it, but there are some kind of major design flaws, in my opinion. The jaw obviously being one. This whole tri-way stone carrier being another. It's just really kind of a bummer that they missed the mark so badly on a few of these items, because these are kind of key features to the whole guided system. I just feel like they could have, it wasn't going to cost any more money to leave these sides off or cut them way back. And they definitely could have done a better job with the or with the actual rod itself. So anyway, I'll show off the new rod here in an upcoming video, but I just wanted to talk about it for a little bit. And you guys could, was this oh, yeah, duh. That's the one. Is this the one you put together, or is it this one?
No, I'm pretty sure the one in
the Sharpener?
Yeah.
Right on. So go to the website. If you guys want to pick up an 8015 Lite that's modded by yours truly, go check them out. They're really cool. Or you can pick up the old Voyager XL.
The real man steak cutting knife.
That's right. A real man steak knife right there. She's a beast. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, watching. Got any questions? Hit us up in the comments. Shoot us an email, info@ocdforedc.com. We're always live Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Central, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, peace.
We out.